Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. Geeky sitting the next couple of videos out. We have to work on her computer. Her computer's not working right, but we'll get her back on as soon as possible. Hey, we're going to talk about Disney and AI and some of their showrunners, former showrunners, not very happy about the prospect of Disney Plus allowing users to create AI slop on the platform. I don't think this is a very good idea, personally. I think that is going to dilute the value of Disney Plus if anybody can create bootleg Mickey Mouse and Frozen cartoons, and God only knows what they're going to come up with. But we're going to talk about the creator of the Owl House, Dana Terrace, basically saying Disney can go F itself. Because of this. It's not a good idea. We're going to talk about that now. She has moved on to other things. She's working with digital circus people, I believe, going into the indie space, and the Owl House is definitely in the rearview mirror. And for those of you who are Owl House stans, if you're holding out hope that there is going to be a sequel or a follow-up or a movie after what she said about Disney, probably not, if I had to guess. But who the hell knows? Alex Hirsch has been incredibly critical of Disney in the past, and they're bringing Gravity Falls back. So, anything's possible, I guess, if they want enough money. If they want money and they want, eyeballs, they're resuscitating a lot of these series. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. So we covered this yesterday, and it's just kind of like some people are really upset by it, and other people just don't care one way or the other. Disney CEO Bob Iger said that they're going to add an AI engine to Disney Plus to allow users to create their own Disney adventures on Disney Plus. And you know what they're going to do, right? They're going to allow people to post shorts and like Sora type clips, which would be funny if they actually worked with OpenAI and called it Sora because of Sora from Kingdom Hearts, which has Disney characters. I'm explaining all of that so you get what I'm talking about. Anyway, Google it. But it would be, it's going to choke out, I think, a lot of their good content, if there is good content on Disney Plus, right? But the lines between user-generated content and polished Hollywood stuff in the tech industry, it's all blurring together. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, that, Hollywood is really freaking out about AI overall. But let's talk about the Owl House creator, Dana Terrace. And the Owl House ended. And of course, you're not allowed to talk about the Owl House. You can't talk about the Owl House at all unless it's positively glowing. And look, we initially gave the series a good review. We did. And you can fact check that. You can go back and find a review when it first dropped. The only complaints we've had about it'd be the audience. It'd be the shippers. And they ruin everything they touch. And you're going to give them AI. My God, what are you thinking? But she's not happy, and I don't think Disney's going to have her back anytime soon. But who knows? I think a lot of people, I'm going to be honest, I think a lot of Disney creatives are feeling this way because they're training in this particular case. Now, here's my stance on AI, and I feel like I have to restate it in every damn video talking about it, because I get jumped one way or the other if I don't. But I think AI is a useful tool. I think if you can train it yourself to work as an assistant, I think it becomes a very powerful tool. Where it becomes AI slop is when you're just using prompts lazily to have copyrighted characters do stupid shit because you think it's funny. And then, you post it on the internet and you get a little money for it. That's where it gets kind of stupid. In this case, she's probably concerned that her characters from the Owl House are going to be among those who are chosen to get the AI treatment. And my God, the shippers are just salivating. Seriously, I can hear the drool dribbling out of the corners of their mouths. Their hungry little mouths. If they get to ship these characters with AI officially. So I guess she said here, a couple different places on Twitter covered it. Here's her initial post. Unsubscribe from Disney Plus. Pirate Owl House. I don't care. Fuck generative AI. I don't care. Yeah, that's wild. To actually have somebody come out and say that worked on this show, it's insane. Just go ahead and pirate the show. Build a remotely accessible media server, become ungovernable. Yeah, I think we all need to do that. But yeah, to actually come out and say, hey, why don't you just go ahead and pirate the Owl House? Don't subscribe to Disney Plus. This guy says animation has looked AI for about 20 years. That's actually true. I don't understand. The cry, real drawing is long gone and dead. I would understand if they drew animations with pencils still. Never heard a TV show's creator be so based before. Yar har fiddle dee. Unfortunately, I remain subscribed due to a deal I have with my family that we each contribute to a subscription service. I myself, however, have not been using it. I can't remember the last time I watched Disney Plus. I don't watch it. I do watch Hulu on occasion, but yeah, I've been talking to people about it on the channel for months now that I think your best bet is just go buy a Roku TV and just watch free TV. Maybe do a couple add-ons here and there, but it's so overwhelming now. I never thought I'd hear a creator support pirating, but here we are. Use Pirate Bay. Make sure you use a VPN. If we show Dana Terrace and Disney how we love Owl House, we will get the Owl House movie. No, that will probably never happen if she's telling people to pirate it. Dana left Disney for good, obviously. Well, actually, no, what would happen, I don't know the specifics of her contract, but what would happen is, yeah, they would do an Owl House movie, but she wouldn't be involved. See also Powerpuff Girls 2016. Yeah, that was a freaking disaster. They're all like, we're going to get a movie of this thing. Yeah, I mean, that's like She-Ra. It's like, hey guys, I hate to break it to you, but the She-Ra ship, no pun intended, it sailed a long time ago. Mattel, they're not even making toys based on the Netflix show. They're stepping over the Netflix She-Ra show completely. And there's all kinds of She-Ra stuff coming out for the 40th anniversary. Do you see a whole bunch of new She-Ra stuff? No, you do not. No, you do not. Blue Beans here says, not liking generative AI so much that it makes you fine with piracy instead is wild, but I respect the hell out of it. Garrett says, something tells me with all this backlash, Disney will cancel this plan, but unsubscribing is what got Molly McGee and Haley on it canceled. Does it mean she'll unblock me finally? I stand with Dana Terrace. It's time to go pirate. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people probably feeling this way, but I think they've also resigned themselves to the fact that this is the direction that the entire industry is moving in. And I think it's a very nuanced conversation. Like I said, I think AI being used ethically as a tool to help creators do more faster, I think it will be an invaluable tool. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet because it's still in its infancy and it's hard to control. I'm going to be honest. Like, it's very, very hard to control it, to get it to do what you want, which is why people are just producing prompt slop, because it's almost impossible to get it to do exactly what you want. You just have to kind of roll the dice and hope for the best, which is very inefficient. You might actually spend more time trying to generate something with AI than it would take you to draw it yourself. So it's not saving you any time. It really isn't. But sometimes it's good, when it cooks, right? But yeah, to have her come out and say, hey, that's I'd rather have you pirate it. That's wild. So here's the thing. This whole conversation, it's going to reach a head here pretty soon. They are training AI with YouTube videos, millions and millions of YouTube videos. Everything has been uploaded to YouTube over the years, apparently is up for grabs now. That Google's using it. I don't know if OpenAI is using it. But yeah, this new investigation, this was just a couple months ago. An investigation revealed tech giants like Meta and Google used over 15 million YouTube videos without permission to train AI, sparking creator backlash and legal battles over copyright. I know Google now, you have to consent, but is it going to stop them from scraping your content? No. And it's, again, this is a really tricky conversation because it is inevitable. But it's also, an existential threat, especially to animators. Animation is going to be one of the first to fall, I think. And I think a lot is riding on this OpenAI Critters animation, animated film that's coming out. Because if they can produce something that looks Pixar and does well at the box office, it has to do well at the box office, that is going to change everything, because at that point it's gonna be like, okay, this is the new normal, guys. Just like how when Toy Story was a hit, people were skeptical. Toy Story became a big hit. Everything became CGI, and 2D became a novelty, right? And that's, I think, what they're afraid of. And, again, I don't have a problem with people using it for like in-betweens or for, maybe help coloring, inking and coloring, that kind of thing. But I think these companies are going to be like, well, if we can fire 100 people, why can't we fire 200 people? Why can't we fire everybody and just have some executive sitting in his office on his laptop cranking out all the prompts, right? And we'll still charge the same amount of money to the consumer. And, Joe there is going to be pretending to be an animator. It's wild. It's wild times we live in. Variety has this story talking about Tilly Norwood. Tilly Norwood is the fake AI actress that people are losing their absolute shit over. But this is going to be the new normal. There's another company that just started where this guy is actually going to generate AI actors to be used in productions. And most people aren't going to know the difference. And that's what they're saying. This is the Tilly Norwood creator on the Hollywood Backlash said, creating jobs in full AI movies. I don't think people are going to know the difference. I don't think they're going to either. I mean, we're seeing, a lot of people being taken in by AI videos on social media. And really at the end of it, as long as it looks good and it's an entertaining story, I don't think the general public is going to question how it's made. Again, the real existential crisis is going to be Hollywood. It's going to be animation, because far fewer people are going to be needed. You're still going to need people. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think right now AI is being way, way oversold. And it's a bunch of people just trying to scramble for that venture capital. But, it's inevitable that we're going to see the first truly, groundbreaking AI generated successful theatrical movie within the next couple of years. And when that happens, that does change everything. So I think you're going to have a lot of people echoing Dana Terrace's sentiment, because they're going to be like, hey, thanks for replacing us, right? And this is why everybody's scrambling to unionize too. I think they know they're on borrowed time. They're just trying to get as much of a parachute as they can. But within 5 to 10 years, a lot of people working in Hollywood, a lot of people working in animation will not be. They just won't be. They already aren't. Double strikes took out a lot of the productions, and the studios are just like, yeah, if we can make movies, if we could just print money without having to pay people, we have maximum profit, guys. So it's, again, I just don't think a lot of people are going to pay attention to it, and people are actually going to have, it's already happening in the music space, right? There are already AI musicians that are trending on Spotify. They're doing really, really well on Spotify. And eventually it will happen in movies too. And people that don't know better are going to be like, yeah, this is my favorite actor or actress. And it turns out they're not real people. It's going to be a very wild ride. Let me put it to you that way. But I expect a lot more Disney alum to come out and be like, yeah, this is dog shit that you guys are doing this, especially if they start using like, Gravity Falls characters or something. But Disney owns it, right? When you sell your stuff to Disney, they own it and they can do with it whatever the hell they want to do. They really don't need your permission to do it. So we're going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.